I know what you're thinking. There's no way this can be repaired without repainting or taking this panel off and putting a new one on. That's not the case though. Stick around because I'm going to show you how we repaired this Rivian R1T without doing any bodywork or painting, preserving the original paint finish, and doing it in 2 days. Before we start, a couple fun facts about the Rivian R1T that I was not aware of. This thing is a beast. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, 850 horsepower, 11-second quarter-mile time, smoking these other vehicles on the road. Could not believe the performance of this thing. Very impressive stuff. Let's get back to the dent repair. This is a feat, I should say, of a paintless dent repair. Customer found me on YouTube and was willing to travel to have this done because nobody else wanted to fix it, for one, using paintless dent repair, and also the body shops wanted an exorbitant amount of money to do this repair because they have to basically cut the entire side of the vehicle off. Extremely invasive. This customer was not looking to do that. They want to preserve the original paint and parts on the vehicle. Much higher quality repair using paintless dent repair if you can do it this way. So you see our setup. We're basically going to be applying what's called lateral tension, which kind of pulls the metal in one direction and allows us to kind of unfold this steel and rough it and get it back to its general shape. And we've got some pushing action going on. We're using different types of tools from the backside that allow us to kind of pinpoint the areas we want to push on to slowly manipulate and sculpt this metal back to its original shape. So not only are we pushing, we're also tapping from the outside as well to slowly sculpt and manipulate the metal. And I'll give you kind of an idea of what we're looking at in that light reflection. You can see the light bending in the reflection, right? So that indicates that there's some distortion there. So we're going to basically tap this metal back into position until we see that light reflection line back up correctly. And that's basically what we're doing when we're looking at these light reflections. We also have all different types of lights that we use. I typically use a 3 or 4 foot light, and I also use a smaller light for different types of areas on the panel that I'm working on. That is a metal hammer hitting the paint, but don't worry, it's a special polished hammer that doesn't affect the paint finish. This is the scuff mark that was left from the impact. You can see we've got most of the dent out. Got the general shape back of the panel. It's definitely not finished. A couple scuffs going on here. We're going to polish all that stuff out. You can see we've got a lot of work still left to do. Little chip in the paint at the bottom there, but that's actually going to be covered after we touch it up with some primer and a little bit of touch-up paint. And I think the trim panel is actually going to cover that part. But so after about 8 more hours of fine-tuning, we are to the stage where you can see in the light reflection, everything lines up nicely. Now we're going to do some wet sanding and polishing on that scuffed area. It's slightly into the clear coat. Going to do some very light pressure sanding, wet sanding that is, and then some polishing afterwards to alleviate that scuff mark. And there's that Hulk smash. One last look at it, and here is the final outcome for you. And we had a very, very happy customer, as you could imagine. Gets to keep the original factory paint finish, all original parts. Customer's going to actually replace that black plastic bumper cover because of how smashed in it was. But overall, great repair. Very happy with the end result. Fulfilled for sure. Definitely not one of those dents that just pop out. We had about 27 hours of work into this job over the span of 2 days. I hope you learned something new. Feel free to reach out on the website if you're looking to have a dent repaired at cfldentrepair.com, or if you're looking to do some advanced PDR or paintless dent repair training, you can fill out the trainee form on the website as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.